automotive world is filled with engineers obsessed with building the best vehicle. And this is compounded by those in the supercar world, and no supercar maker seems to have the nerdiest, most obsessed engineers than McLaren. So to see how their obsession is working out, I traveled to Las Vegas to try out the new McLaren 750S. The 750S, well, it replaces the 720S that came out in 2017. I really like the 720S a lot. Now they have taken everything they've learned from that vehicle and made it, well, quicker, faster, better brakes, better cooling, lighter, essentially just a better vehicle, which means that they took an outstanding vehicle and made it magical. McLaren has introduced the second version of its chassis control, of its dynamic chassis control, to this vehicle, which means as I'm going around corners, the vehicle's automatically adjusting its chassis so that it, well, sticks to the road better. And that's really what you're looking for in a vehicle like this. Everything is just cemented to the asphalt. McLaren did a lot of weight savings on this vehicle. For example, probably the biggest weight savings is probably what I'm sitting in right now, these seats, these sport racing seats. They saved about 80 pounds between two of the seats. So about 78 pounds of weight savings just in the seats. Meanwhile, in the back, the exhaust, the stainless steel sport exhaust, it's about 4.8 pounds lighter than what you found in the 20S. Now, all these little weight savings may seem like nothing if you drive, say, a large SUV, but when you're driving a McLaren, their main concern is to get these things as light and as powerful and as attached to the road as possible. A lighter vehicle is a quicker vehicle. So how much quicker is this? Well, it'll do 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. That's from an internal combustion engine car. That's not an EV, that's EV numbers. That is from a twin turbo V8 that's sitting behind me. The vehicle comes in two flavors. You get a Coupe and a Spider. The Coupe is 2,815 pounds. The Spider is just a smidge over 100 pounds more at 2,923 pounds. Less than 3,000 pounds for a supercar that just sticks to the road. It's almost like driving a motorcycle. That's what it feels like when I'm driving this thing, is the sort of nimbleness and lightness of riding a motorcycle, except that I'm sitting down and have a bit more protection. And the way McLaren's able to make this vehicle into a Spider without adding all this additional bracing is that they're using carbon fiber for the cabin. What I'm sitting in is a giant carbon fiber bathtub, bed, tub, whatever you want to call it. And because of that, it adds rigidity to the vehicle that you don't really get with a lot of convertibles. If you've ever driven a convertible version of a car and the regular version, you know that when you're driving the convertible version, you probably have felt a little bit more body flex. With this, I haven't really noticed anything, to be honest. And even though they're trying to save weight, the top, it actually has a mechanical feature. It is an automatic open and closing top. I don't have to get out, I don't have to pop it off or shove it in my garage or anything. It's just part of the car, which is sort of bonkers when you think about it's only a little bit over 100 pounds more than the Coupe. So you have this great ability to, drive with the wind in your hair, the sun in your eyes, but you're not paying a huge penalty in terms of weight. To really sort of dig into the degree of, well, obsession that McLaren has with making these vehicles lighter and lighter, the engine mounts are special bespoke engine mounts to reduce weight. To reduce sound, they're using 8 mechanical motors to move the roof instead of a hydraulic motor, because hydraulic motors make too much noise. It's all these little itty bitty things that when you put them together, you end up with this really great package that if you are a person who is looking to buy and can afford a supercar, it's tough to go wrong with the McLaren. And so you have all the bits that make the vehicle go fast. It's light, it's nimble, it handles like it's on rails, as a pretty woman once said. But what about the interior? Well, they've done a lot with the interior from the 720S. They've taken a lot of what they've learned from the Artura. This is their hybrid supercar, and they've implemented it into here. One of the things I really enjoy is that the chassis and the power control, going from comfort to sport to track, it's all right here to the right and left of the digital cluster. So I can just reach up very quickly and adjust one. I can put it in comfort mode for power, or back into sport mode, or if I want sport mode powertrain, but I want comfort mode chassis control, I can do that. And each side, it's really quite easy to do that. And of course you can put it in manual mode, and you have the fun paddle shifters. Which all the kids love. The infotainment system has also been updated. It is a touchscreen. Frankly, you don't really buy a McLaren to worry about the infotainment system, but it does support Apple CarPlay, which is what I'm using right now in order to get to my destination. It works. And that is really all you really care about. Again, no one buys a McLaren thinking, oh man, oh, my infotainment system's great. And of course, all these wonderful bits are great when you're driving around on the normal road, but you do have to take into account the fact that A, there are traffic laws, B, there are other people, C, there are pedestrians. Frankly, you don't want to be a bad person on the road with a McLaren. So what do? Well, you do what I'm doing right now, and we're heading to the track. So we're here on the track, and this thing is so quick and so light and nimble that, God, they've really outdone themselves over the 720. And this thing is bonkers. I mean, the air brake is 20% larger, so you're getting more downforce, you're getting more braking power. It is sort of nuts how much I really like this vehicle. So we just did track time here with the vehicle. It turns out driving on the track and talking, difficult. But if you have an opportunity to go to a track. I'm always insisting that you go to tracks instead of trying to pull these sort of maneuvers out on the open road. That's a bad scene. Your parents would be upset. McLaren 750S, just an outstanding vehicle. And for more footage of me driving too quickly in vehicles, be sure to subscribe. Slow down. Settle down, Robbie.
Oh, it's okay. Finish it hard.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, we can smell the brakes.
That's a good
run.
Yeah.